Welcome in, everybody, to another Monday night of FWM's Craftsman Truck Series here with FourWide Motorsports. Here tonight, we have our wonderful producer of Tracy Brown, and I will be your lead announcer tonight as Colton Briner, and my color announcer in the booth here with me, sitting next to me on the virtual couch, Kyle Dumas. We are going to hopefully give you guys one good show tonight here. And we want to just reach out and give our sponsors a shout out. A new thing here with FourWide Motorsports are going to be starting each week. We're going to try and give a shout out to our sponsors. So tonight we have chosen the one and only Tracy Brown, our producer here with Eastern Technical Design. Eastern Technical Design provides design and drafting services for commercial, industrial, and residential construction. Services include architectural renderings, preliminary plan design, as well as final construction drawings. Construction drawings include all necessary structural, building, plumbing, mechanical, and electrical plans as required to produce a finished building and/or structure. The company is owned by our producer for FourWide Motorsports Network here of Tracy Brown. If you are in the eastern region of North Carolina, look up Eastern Technical Design for any drafting needs you may have. With that being said, we are going to lead into tonight's point standings as we have different scenarios here. Everyone can see here on your screen, we have Hunter Carlson in the lead for the championship here. He's got 3 wins under his belt, and he is totally looking for this championship here. So we have a couple different scenarios here. We have that Carlson can win the race, and we have Paul Dillon sitting in second here, that he has to finish 5th or worse for Carlson to clinch this championship. Another scenario would be Carlson finishes 5th or better and beats Paul Dillon by 5 positions. There's a 99-point deficit entering this race, needs to exit this race with 105 or more to gap to clinch the championship here. With that being said, everybody can see we are gridding, as everyone can still see the point standings there. But we are gridding as we have your on the pole, sponsored by FourWide Motorsports here. We have your pole sitter showing the number 94 of Bobby Hall Jr. getting your pole position here tonight. And with that, we will go into our starting grid of Bobby Hall Jr. on row 1, starting on pole for tonight's Kentucky Speedway Truck Series race. Alongside him, we have the 08 of Daniel Worthington, row 2, Alex Healy, and on his outside, we'll have Matt Greenier in the number 20 car. Row 3, we have Austin Lucky Cansdale, and alongside him, we have Austin Pac-Man Pack in the 81. Row 4, we have your pole sitter of the point standings, Hunter Carlson. On his outside, starting 8th, we will have Cody Deemers. He is not going by that name. It was a mess up, but it is Cody Deemers in the number 01 truck. Row 5, we have Dallas Sunderman, and we have starting 10th place, Wes Wiegand. And I'll throw it over to Kyle for the rest of the field.
Inside row number 6, the 113, Paul Dillon. He's looking for to be within 5 spots of your current point leader. As outside him will be the 15, that is Art Mellon. Then it'll be inside row number 7, the 99. This is Ron Walters. The 86, Chris Golden inside row number 8. This will be Charles A. Oberg in the 77. Howard Rothery in the 16. Then it'll be Terry Dugay in the 41. Outside Dugay will be the 36 of Stephen Luttrell. Then it'll be the 69 for Joshua Tressler. Outside Tressler, number 12, this is Yogi Tressler.
And starting on and starting in row 11th, rounding out your field, we always know him, Daniel Mindfood Jones in the 17 truck, rounding out your field in 21st. And as we get the field set here, Kyle, what is your thoughts on tonight's race here at Kentucky?
Well, Kentucky with the truck series is definitely an interesting combo, as these cars, the lower horsepower out of the three series, so you're definitely going to expect some drafting down these straightaways. you're definitely going to expect some cars along the top where the most momentum and you can get higher RPM. So this is definitely going to be an interesting night, an interesting combination. The points battle, we're going to see how that shapes up as the race goes on. But my biggest thing is just what's going to happen on these restarts as we get ready to go green.
As we get the field here coming to the start zone for the beginning lap of the race, Bobby Hall Jr. leading the pack down to the green flag, sponsored by FourWide Motorsports. We are green flag for your lap number 1 at Kentucky Speedway.
Good hard battle all across the field as they continue to sit side by side. Already just everybody trying to get the draft with the car ahead. It looks like Hall clear the lead as they continue just to sit side by side all around the track. You can see already the 15 trying to work the high side, keep the RPMs up. And let's see what type of run he'll get off the corner. It looks like not much yet, but once as the race goes on, that high side definitely going to come in, as we saw this in the ARCA series just last week, as the high side was the way to go. And here comes the 15, a huge run to the top side, 3 wide, going to be almost 4 wide here if they can catch the 7 car, as they're 3 wide up ahead in the road.
I will say, Kyle, we got a lot of room here on this track. These guys are going to use up every inch of this track here, whether it be on the straightaways or in the turn. Bobby Hall Jr. still out front there, leading the pack back around to lap number 3 here. And we have the number 81 Austin Pac-Man Pack coming to the inside, taking over the lead from Bobby Hall Jr. And we got Austin Lucky Cansdale following in tow, taking second place here.
It's gonna be the Austin show up at the front of the field as they just continue to hit bumper to bumper. The 98 car trying to make the high side work. So you can see a few guys getting higher and higher even in the first 3 laps. We still got 108 left to go, boys. Let's not wear the tires just yet, as they continue to just go single file for your front 2, as it's the Austin show at the front of the field.
Yeah, it's looking like Austin are just getting a little bit of a lead here from the rest of the pack. But don't look back for Austin Cansdale. He's got the number 32 of Hunter Carlson there, sitting there. He's looking for that extra spot. He's looking to get to the front of the field here, as we see him running a throwback for the late Greg Biffle. Awesome looking truck here. I know he was super excited about running it. So we know Hunter's going to be up here. He's going to be searching for that lead, and he's going to try and finish at least 5 spots ahead of Paul Dillon. As you see, he's in 6th place, right behind Hunter Carlson, as they go 3 wide down the backstretch coming into turn 3.
Yes, as everybody just ducking and diving for position. Right now, your man on the move, the 113 Dillon, as he is up, going to try and get the 4th spot on the line. I believe he will, as he is your man on the move already. As he's trying to get to the front of the field as quickly as he can and just stay with Hunter Carlson and the rest of the up front runners, as there's just, as he's already inside the top 5. So already he has what he needs. Let's just see if he can stay there for the rest of the night.
I will say, taking a look at the live timing here, Kyle, we have Paul Dillon up 7 spots from the start of the race. So he's definitely looking to put Hunter Carlson behind in that championship lead here. So I don't know how I'm going to end up calling this race. I mean, these guys are switching up positions here a little bit. I know I was in the admin chat earlier listening to everybody that was out testing and practice. The track just does eat up the right front tire. So it's definitely going to be something to play out here. As you see on the screen, our ARCA buddy, Chris Golden from Elk City, Oklahoma, in the Golden Racing 86 truck here. He's also looking to make a move, try and get up front there and have a good finish here tonight at Kentucky.
Yes, as last name Golden. He has a very golden car as he tried to get to the front end of this field. But just the main thing is going to be losing the draft. And you look at the front 4, they're all running away. And this is not what Carlson wants to see, as the front 4 continues to pull away. He looks to be losing the draft, which is not going to be what he wants on the long run, as he sees the 113 now going for the 3rd and running the high side. thinking he might have to try the high side or just work with somebody to get back up to the front of the field as the 113 goes to P3. Your man on the move right now, the 113 of Dillon.
Yeah, Paul Dillon absolutely making some moves here. Not something Hunter Carlson wanted to see, as you said, Kyle. Not something that's going to play out right in Hunter's favor, but who knows? It's going to come down to pit strategy. If I could ask our producer, let's get our race details thrown up on the screen here for everybody at home. We'll get everything sorted out for you. I know we have about a 26 lap pit window for fuel, at least. So fuel's going to come into play. We have 110 laps here, 161 miles. We have no stage break, 2 tire sets in the pits, 2 fast repairs, and 1 attempt at a green-white checkered if we do need it. So this is definitely going to play out for these guys. And Paul Dillon just making some absolute moves up through the field here and really putting it on these guys as the top 3 are just starting to pull away from the rest of the pack.
Yes, as he continues just to try to get to the front of the field and try and just run away with it. He has to be aware of only the 2 tires and with how this place eats up rubber, but he does not seem to be caring. He's trying to get to the lead as he can see Carlson in the rear view just, keeps falling back, and that's exactly what he wants as he keeps seeing the 33 car get bigger and bigger in the windshield. That's exactly what he wants to see as well as he continues to work at this 33 car as they come to lap 12. Just great battles all on the track. Austin Pack continues to just pull away. Cansdale trying to hold off the 113 as he'll go to the top side once again to try and get a run on the 33 car.
Yeah, Paul Dillon here definitely trying to make a move to get that second position from Austin Lucky Cansdale. He's doing everything he can, but maybe it might be in his best interest to just hang back and save those tires, save the equipment right now, and just stay up front there and maybe have a shot at taking the checkered flag here, as I know he's been in the hunt for that checkered flag. I don't recall him winning too many races here, but he's always been a front runner, led plenty of laps here with FWM. And I'll tell you what, he's not one to count out for the race here. As we see, he's got 10 starts, 7 top 5s, and 7 top 10s. I mean, this guy just putting it down. Paul Dillon here in the 113 truck, making the move, passing Austin Lucky Cansdale for the second position.
As he puts the TRD Racing Toyota Tundra to the second spot, the power of the Toyota going to the front of the field. He's going to try and hunt down the 81 of Austin Pack. Carlson not liking what he is seeing in the front windshield as he sees the 113 continue to pull away and get closer to that 81 car as he's trying to hang on for the 5th spot. As they go side by side on the back straightaway. Just 3 cars under a blanket in the turns 3 and 4. Almost 4 cars, the 99 car can get in there. Everybody just trying to hang on for the long as they can with tires and fuel. But Carlson not liking what he is seeing in the windshield. He's not liking this at all as he'll drop back to the 6th spot. Just not the run that the 32 car is looking for right now. He could be saving though. If he is, this is going to help him huge in the long run.
Yeah, I know Hunter did talk about earlier about trying to save the equipment for later on in the race, try and let these guys wear out their equipment first, and then he'll make his move to get up front and do what he can to grab that victory lane tonight. So he's going to do his best here, try and run with these guys, try and stay up in the front of that pack. Currently running 6th place, not doing a bad job. But take a look, you got another competitor of the 16. Harold Rothery is right behind him, trying to make that move and catch up on him. Rothery here from Donaldsville, Ohio, running the Misfit Motorsports number 16 monster truck here tonight. So not looking too bad for him as he's got the 99 of Ron Walters in tow with him. Bobby Hall Jr. up top there trying to make some moves, trying to make any lane on this track work here tonight and try not to tear up them tires.
Yeah, it just looks like for some reason, these Toyotas are getting to the front of the field way quicker. Dillon got to the front of the field quick. The 98 car, even though he fell back, he is still charging on the outside groove. Same the 99, he hasn't fallen back much. I believe he's gained a few positions. So for some reason, these Toyotas just have it down, the TRD Racing cars. And you have to think they might be all under the same setups and everything as well. But Austin Pack in the Chevy Silverado continues to pull away as he is looking to run away and hide with it at the front of the field with 18 in the record book. As he's on cruise control in the 81 car, just running away with it.
Yeah, taking a look at the ticker here, I'm seeing Paul Dillon sitting 1.4, almost 1.5 seconds behind Austin Pack. So Austin Pack definitely getting a good run here, putting on a show up front, showing these guys he's got the truck to beat tonight. So for everybody at home, take your picks and see who's going to be your winner here for the FWM Kentucky 100 with FourWide Motorsports Craftsman Truck Series on this fine Monday night. As we take a look here, we see Austin Cansdale still trying to make a move, catch up to Paul Dillon here and try and re-grab that second place.
Yeah, as we look at the ticker once again, Carlson back to 7th. He is falling like a rock in that 32 car. As Rothery now, he's going to go to work on the 32 car, try and get to him. Carlson not having the start that he wants as he is just falling and falling in that 32 car. But yeah, he's not enjoying this gap right now between him and Dillon, as Dillon is just pulling away from even Cansdale and everybody else, as just not what he wants. As Dillon, I believe now he's just trying to save his stuff. He got to the front where he wanted, and now he's just going to save the tires to save them everything, the fuel and all that, see how far the fuel can go before he has to make his pit stop with the rest of the field.
Yeah, I'm really thinking these guys are really going to have to team up here tonight. They're going to have to get that draft with each other to try and make anything work to give Austin Pack any kind of challenge here, because he's just got such a strong run. You know, we went from 1.4, 1.5 seconds ahead of the pack of second place, and he's slowly opening that gap more and more lap by lap as we come into lap 22 of 110 here tonight. So this is just looking really good for Austin Pack being in the lead here. You got the number 12 of Yogi Schlier back there, back to 20th place right now. I'm going to take a run through quick. We got Austin Pack in your lead. In second place, we have Paul Dillon. Third place, Austin Cansdale. Fourth place, we have Alex Healy. Fifth place, Bobby Hall Jr. And sixth place, Dallas Sunderman. Hunter Carlson, your championship leader right now, is sitting back in 7th place, maybe just trying to save the equipment and wait till later on in the race till it's that Chris Golden time to dig. Then he might make his move. In 8th place, we have your 16 truck of Harold Rothery. 9th place, the 99 of Ron Walters. And rounding out your top 10, we have the Canadian in the 15 truck, Art Milne.
You mentioned how Carlson might be trying to save. You think, is that what Dillon's doing now that he's gotten to second and now he's kind of just riding around? He got the distance ahead. He's just riding around now, just trying to save as much as he can. He had to have used a bunch of tire to get to the front of this field. As I don't think Pack is saving anything from anybody. He is going to the front and he is gone. I busted. We can't see him on these cameras when we're viewing second, as he is just out of screen. He is gone by a country mile in that 81 car, as it looks like Carlson might be trying to go to work on the 58 of Sunderman.
Yeah, I will say, I mean, Austin Pack definitely having a great run here. I know he's, if I remember correctly, he has missed a couple races. But he is back with us. I'm pretty sure for good that, you know, he's got nothing going on in life here. As we all know, for everybody at home, you know, iRacing comes as a game. You know, we're all grown men here. We love to have our fun. We love to compete in racing, but sometimes life becomes more important. Oh, as who do we got here? Is that Paul Dillon in the 113 truck? Coming down the pit road already for lap 26 of 110. As I do recall, the guys were saying they had about a 26 lap pit window. So he's probably going to come in just for a splash of fuel, maybe take some tires. We'll have to see what goes on here in his pit box.
Yeah, believe I had mentioned it earlier, he burned a lot to get to the front end of this field. As I believe you might be right, it might just be a splash and go. Yes, no tires go on the 113 as he gets fuel and he's on his way. So he's going to drop down to P17, but this might be something for a favor because we've seen how early pit stops can favor people. Let's just hope he can get back to everybody else before he ends up a lap down or something worse.
Yeah, for sure. As we see a bunch of drivers coming down pit road, getting their fuel for the first time in the race here, lap 27 of 110. So this is going to change up the field a little bit as you see Austin Pack getting his fuel, getting back out onto the track off of pit road, and he's going to go back out and try and get back that lead. As you see, we got some drivers going a lap down here, taking green flag pit stops, which is going to happen in some of these races. You know, you're going to have to take that stride and you're going to have to roll it down pit road, get what you need to be able to make your pit strategy work here tonight and maybe crawl back up to the top of that leaderboard. As we see, wow, we got all the way up to 11th place, a lap down already. But then these other guys are going to have to come in and pit after these guys. So it might be a difference in pit strategy here that's going to change the tables and maybe make things work better for them. As we see, your new leader here is Alex Healy in the number 79 truck. But I'm imagining that's going to get taken away by him making the pit stop here, and these other guys are going to end up passing him.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. I just keep looking at the ticker between Pack and Dylan and everybody else who had pitted and just trying to see where they'll end up after these pit cycles as they're nose to tail. What did I say? The 113 back to the rear bumper of the 81, as this is going to be huge as he's going to make a deep send into turn one to try and get past the 81 of Pack, as I believe he might have gotten the better end of that pitting early.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely believe these guys took the better pit strategy, got in pit road, took their splash of fuel, got back out on the track. As you see, Austin Pack was running away almost 2 seconds ahead of the field, but he is now back down, going to have to battle it out here as he's got some big competition here. We all know Paul Dillon, do not count him out. A great front runner here with FourWide Motorsports. He can definitely make it up there, lead some laps, and I know he's in the hunt. He is hungry for that checkered flag here tonight.
Yes, as the 113 car is here to come to the bottom side of the 81 car. They're going to go door to door through corners 3 and 4. He looks to be clear. Yes, he is at a corner of 4. New leader at the 113 of Dillon. Paul Dillon to the front of the field. He'll lead lap 31, as now he's going to try and run away with it from the 81. The 81 car is still hanging with the 113 as they go bumper to bumper to turns 1 and 2. Dillon just trying to get away from the 81 car. He got past him. He got to the field. He got past your quickest car out there. Now he's going to try and just see if he can run away from the 81 car.
Check it out, Kyle. We also have in third place your championship point leader right now, the 32 of Hunter Carlson in the Greg Biffle throwback. He is still in the hunt to make it up there for the front of this field, and he is a little bit closing the gap little by little. It might be very small, but this might be good for him, that he might be able to try and conserve his truck and let these two guys battle it out up front and be able to take over that lead as we come on to the backstretch here. We got Alex Healy in fourth behind him, the 94 of Hall in fifth place. Austin Cansdale is back in sixth place. Harold Rothery in seventh. Greenier in the 20 truck in ninth. And we have Terry Duguay in the 41 in 10th place, rounding out your top 10 as we go on to lap 33 of 110 here at the FWM Kentucky 110.
Yes, I'm not gonna count out that 16 car of Rothery. He's very fast and consistent. I think for right now he is just riding around, putting the car on cruise control, and is just gonna sit back and enjoy the next probably 70 laps or so until he starts actually pushing that truck. I know he's fast. I know he has the talent to win. As you can see, he has one win already on the season, so he has the talent to win. He has the talent to be consistent. It's just a matter of when he's going to start pushing. I think you're still going to wait a long time to see that 16 car. to be pushing. So he's one guy you still don't want to count out even in 7th.
Yeah, for sure. As we take a look, I'm looking at our live timer once again. We have your current leader sitting second place in the point series here. Paul Dillon in the 113. He's moved up 10 spots from the start of the race. We also got Terry Duguay up 10 spots since your start. And take a look, the fastest lap right now, we have Daniel Mindfood Jones, who started dead last here in the beginning of this race. We all know Mindfood Jones here never puts a qualifying lap down, always starts at the rear of the field and makes his way up through the field. Such a good runner here. Definitely does what he can. Some unfortunate events have collected his nights and ended it for him. But what a great run he's putting here as he just moved up, putting another spot down, that he is up 11 spots from the beginning of the race, holding the fastest lap as of right now as we come to lap 36 of 110 here at Kentucky. And these guys are definitely going to put it down. As you see, oh, Harold Rothery moving up there, trying to get in tow of the number 20 truck there. And we got Mindfood Jones just tagging the wall a little bit, but he takes it high, and he's going to make the pass on Harold.
Yeah, as he is just ripping that 17 car to the front of the field. As here he comes, he's going to try and get around the 20 car as well and move himself another position up forward. As right now, he's your man on the move in the 17 car. As he goes to the 8th spot, he continues to keep picking them off one by one. The Ford Performance Ford F-150 continuing to just get to the front of the field, as he's another guy you do not want to count out early, as he'll be riding around in the mid pack, and then with 2 laps to go, he'll be inside the top 3 battling for the lead. So one man you do not want to count out no matter what time of the race it is the 17 car of Jones. As he is just flying in that 17 car. I don't think I've seen a truck move this fast.
I'll tell you what, Kyle, we got a bunch of position changes here tonight. We had a couple different leaders here tonight, and we got your second place point standings right now. Your second place sitter, Paul Dillon in the 113, currently out leading this race as we are on lap 38 of 110 here tonight, putting on such a good show. These guys are running so good. It's been green flag all race here since the start. What a great job these guys are doing. I would like to ask our producer, while we have some good time here, if we could throw up our race sponsorship for anybody interested at home on the YouTube broadcast. By the way, I want to give everyone a shout out for tuning in to FourWide Motorsports Network here. We really appreciate everybody's support, giving us the likes, giving us the subscribes. It truly means a lot. Welcome into FourWide Motorsports. We thank you every single time you guys are here. But for you at home, whether you have just your regular self as your name, or if you have a business that you are interested in sponsoring FourWide Motorsports here, we do have different packages, as you can take the race name sponsor for $15. We have the pole award sponsor for $10. And you also have the green flag, caution flag, white flag, and checkered flag that you could also sponsor, depending on what you're looking for and what you're willing to help out with the league here. We really appreciate it all. Or you can take the whole bundle and you can get the full race sponsor for $45 here. And you get everything posted above, plus a post-race interview to speak about your sponsorship. Anything that you want put out there in the broadcast, you want to come on here and you want to talk about it yourself, we definitely will allow that. It's amazing. We love it. We really appreciate it here. With that $45 package, we have $5 that goes to the pole winner of the race that you sponsor. And $40 will go into the league bank to help out with creating the sessions and all the things that happen here in the league for these drivers to come out and have fun here. It is a Monday night or Friday night in iRacing that are broadcasted on the FourWide Motorsports Network on the YouTube channel. And we will get back to your race here. With that being said, I will bring us to a quick commercial break. Please stick around. Please hang out. Pull up a chair. This is going to be exciting once we get down to the end here. But we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back with you. Welcome back, everybody, for your Monday night Craftsman Truck Series with FourWide Motorsports. We have the FWM Kentucky 110 tonight at Kentucky Speedway, as we have your leader, Austin Pack, out in the lead. You see Paul Dillon, your recent leader, making another pit stop here. May have grabbed some tires there. So Paul Dillon back out on fresh tires possibly, and filled up with fuel. We have Alex Healy in second. We have your biggest mover here. He was up 17 positions in the 17 truck of Daniel Mindfood Jones, making such a great run up to the front of the pack there, holding a good fast lap here. And he's taking his, I believe, his first pit stop of the night here.
Just very impressive from that 17 team. Started scratch on the field, ended up with a plus 17, and even after the pit stop, he's only in 8th. He didn't even drop back that far. So he's gonna be in a great spot here. He's gonna be in an absolute lovely spot when this all ends. Same with Dillon, as they're going to be in lovely spots when they come out, as Dillon's going to be right behind the 17, maybe even ahead of them. As yes, they'll be together when they come out, so those two will be in lovely spots when this pit cycle is over. But again, just not two drivers never to count out too early is the 113 and the 17. Do not count those drivers out, whether it's 2 to go or where we are right now, lap 55, 56 at the line. Just do not count those drivers out, as both of them were man on the move at one point in this race.
Yeah, these guys are definitely changing things up here. They got different pit strategies on their minds. They're going to try and play it tooth for tooth here, lug nut for lug nut. We are going to give everybody a show here at FourWide Motorsports in the Truck Series tonight. These guys are just changing it up, making different decisions, different strategies. So it's definitely going to play a card in who's going to take the checkered flag here tonight, as we see your pole winner, Bobby Hall Jr., taking his pit stop here. Probably going to grab some tires and some fuel here, as we still have Alex Healy in the 79 still out in the lead. We only have your top 4 on the lead lap here. So these guys are coming into pit, and from 5th on back, they're going to end up getting their lap back. As long as these guys take a longer pit stop, they're going to come back on the lead lap, and it's going to put some of these guys in great racing position here as we come to lap. We're going to be coming to lap 58 at the line of 110 here.
This is, again, just going to get exciting. As we saw it, Healy went down pit road. Dillon's coming down the back straightaway. Does Healy have the better strategy of pitting later and to hang on to the lead? Or is Dillon able to come back and get it? As I will say, Jones ended up having a huge plus on the pit cycle, as he was 3rd when he came in. If they can get around Healy, as they will, he's going to go to P2 behind. He's going to go to P2 behind Dillon in the 113. So as of right now, Jones with a plus 19 on the night. He is your man on the move in the 17. Watch out for him, as he's got one more car to pass the entire field and be a plus 20 on the night. That is nothing to scoff at in that 17 team, and he is definitely going to be one to look out for later in the race, as he's got a little bit of pressure coming from the 81 pack.
Yeah, Daniel Mindfood Jones up 19 positions here tonight so far, as he's going to lose 1 spot, so he's going to be up 18 positions here, as we have your beginning of the race leader putting down some lap lead here in the number 81, Austin Pac-Man Pack, back up to 2nd, and he's going to try and count down this 4 seconds between him and the leader of the 113, Paul Dillon, here sitting 2nd in your point standings, trying to get that grip and take the reins away from Hunter Carlson here tonight. He's going to try and put it on and grab that checkered flag, he's probably hoping that Hunter Carlson has a bad night here so he can pull them points down or even take over that lead. As we're taking a look at the number 7 here of Weiss Weigand from Rosenborn, Texas, in the Flex Motorsports truck here, looking like he's having a very good night, running in the back of the field. But hey, as long as you bring the truck home, Kyle, I think that's what matters, as long as it's in one piece.
I would agree there. A truck in one piece is better than you win the race and you gotta have to put a new clip on the front end or replace body panels and just spend money in general. At least that's for the real world. Here in iRacing, just a click of a button, you have a new truck, but it's just still more satisfying to win the race without any contact. As the 113 gonna go put the 12 car lap down. He's now gonna try and catch the 7 and put him a lap down, as he is still expanding the lead between him and Pack, as Dylan is just on an absolute flyer each and every time. He looks like he's got rocket fuel, and that's a 113 car.
Yeah, Paul Dillon here in the 113, your current leader with 49 laps to go. Definitely putting it down. Definitely trying to show these guys that he ain't going to let them just take that checkered flag every week. He's finally got a good run here tonight at Kentucky Speedway. I know he's one of our front runners. He's been a fast guy here with FWM, but he has definitely got all favors in his hands right now to be up front and leading this race. As we take a look at one of our friends over here in the virtual booth of the 77 of Charles Chooch Oberg from Westerly, Rhode Island, in the 77 truck here, looking real good out there tonight, doing the best he can, just hanging out, having fun. I see he's up to 12th place right now, so he's going to ride it out there, probably just trying to conserve and stay out of everybody's way, try not to make any cautions come out, do his best racing here. And take a look in front of him. We have one of our good friends, Joshua Tressler, in the 69 Pennzoil truck here tonight from Sherwood, Ohio. He had stepped away for a little bit here, and he has come back to FWM, looking like a good run for him, as he is up to 11th spot right now. So I will say, Kyle, honestly, it's hard to say. You know, I'm taking a look at the counter. You know, the positions keep changing. We have a couple lead changes. A couple times it's the same guys in the lead, just changing it up. But we have Paul Dillon up there in the lead yet. We have Austin Pac-Man Pack in second. We have Healy back up to third. Hunter Carlson up to fourth. Cansdale in your top 5. I honestly, Kyle, I can't call this race of who's going to take the checkered flag. What is your call here tonight?
Well, it seems a little blatant right now, but I called this at the beginning of the race to myself, really. But I'm going with the 113 of Dylan. He is, first of all, I just saw the 113 on the scoreboard and got happy. You don't see triple-digit numbers that often, so that made me happy to see it. And now finding out that he has a blazing race car. He's in the battle for the championship before this race. That made me even more happy. So my pick was the 113 of Dylan. I have a feeling I'm going to have a good pick tonight, as he's just on he's been flyer after flyer every time he hits the stripe in that 113 Toyota Tundra, as Pack is slowly closing the gap, but still just a long way until you get to that 113 of Dylan. You mentioned before that, you know, it seemed a little too early to call and you couldn't really tell who. I mean, really, I'm going to go with you pick anyone inside the top 7. Those are all your wicked fast guys, and not saying anybody else isn't fast, but those are the guys that, for some reason, whether it's just more laps on the track, more time with these cars, they're another zip code, as Carlson ends up getting by the 12 car to put him a lap down. It's just those are the guys that are another zip code, as we've seen with Jones. He had a plus 19 at one point. It's just insane with that 17 team. Same with the 113. He's had a huge gain. He's leading a bunch of laps. So it's just, I think this is going to go to Dylan, but pick anyone in the top 7. You got a good choice.
Yeah, for sure. As we do have a bunch of front runners here with FWM that I'm used to seeing up front here. You know, a lot of these guys, I'll tell you what, they've straightened up on their racing. They've put practice in, they put their time in, they worked on their strategies, and I'll tell you what, they figured out something, because week in and week out here, whether it be the Craftsman Truck Series, we also have the late models on Monday nights, every other week, and then we have the ARCA Series on Friday nights. You know, these guys all race together more than one time a week, and they pretty much know how each other race, and they know how to work around each other. And these guys definitely just got it down pat. And some of them just become wicked fast depending on the track and the series that we're running. You know, so it's definitely a change up from week to week, and you know, it's very nice to see. We got lead changes, we got different leaders, we got different winners every now and then. So that's one thing that I like to see. I'm sure everybody at home likes to see it, as we're going to check out the driver stats here for Paul Dillon. He started 11th. He's been up on your pole, leading this race for 33 laps, coming to 34. He's taken 2 pit stops, no fast repairs, and he has currently 19 laps on his equipment here. So definitely looking pretty good for 19 laps on his pit strategy here. I know I've seen and I've heard different strategies tonight of what it was looking like for the tires and the fuel, as we're taking a look at Austin Pac-Man Pack here. He is up to second, making such a good run here tonight. He has led some laps. We got your third place driver of Alex Healy, started third. He's been up in pole. He fell back to 5th at the lowest. He's led 5 laps here. He's also made 2 pit stops, and he's on 14 lap equipment here. So he might have a little bit of a faster run here to be able to catch up to the 2 leaders here in first and second place. So everybody with different pit strategies looking like they're under pretty much within striking range to take this checkered flag here tonight.
Yeah, as I keep looking, just, you know, my eye always goes to the ticker of who's closing on who, where everybody is. As Pack within these last handful of laps has cut down the time a second and a half to Dillon. So definitely the 81 car. He's on a mission to get back to the lead and lead more laps than he already has. As remember, he was your earlier race leader and was running away with it. But now it just looks like Dillon, you know, not having quite the car he had before the pit stop. Pack looks to be having an amazing car after the pit stop, so definitely adjustments help that 81 car. As you can see, just up the road is the 113, and Healy just behind Pack. So your top 3 all somewhat together, not really, but just enough to where they can see the guy ahead of them and can note to self that, hey, I got to hunt that guy down before the end of the race.
Yeah, for sure. As we see, you know, you still got the 113 of Paul Dillon out in the lead here, as we're going to come to 36 laps to go here of the FWM Kentucky 110. You know, Paul Dillon just putting out a stomping ground here. He's got a fast truck, and, you know, he's going to try and do what he can to keep it out front. I kind of want to say he might be kind of conserving equipment, knowing he's got that lead out there. For those of you at home, in iRacing, we do have a relative screen that would show up on your bottom right, and it does show how far behind the cars are behind you. So he can see exactly what time is in between him and second place. So that might be playing a role here too. He might be backing it down a little bit to save his equipment and not have to make such a quick pit stop as these other guys are going to have to, because they're going to just wear out their equipment trying to catch up to Paul Dillon here.
Yeah, I take a closer look at the 113. Just the I take a close look at all these people, at all the people's cars, and the paint jobs. It looks like the license plates as a rear wing and a rusted car. Looks like this was made in the backyard, and I love it. I'm all for it. This looks amazing. Toyota just, it looks like it was spray painted with a stencil just before the race. I love this stuff. I had something similar to this in the real world, so I love this. But you also got to appreciate the clean jobs like Pack has and Healy. And then you have the more complicated like Carlson and Cansdale. But just, you know, I find it funny that the car where the rust bucket made it looked like it was just made into someone's backyard and was towed in on an open trailer for a NASCAR truck is out here leading and stomping the field. So I just find that funny as they go to the battle between, I believe it's Carlson and Cansdale battle it out for the third spot.
Yeah, Austin Lucky Cansdale here making a move on Hunter Carlson. Wasn't able to pull it off. but he's still going to push for that third place position as Carlson doesn't look to be as fast as he was. Looks like he's kind of falling down pace a little bit. You see Cansdale trying to get behind him, get that draft. He falls back a hair, but I'm sure Cansdale's going to try and make another move and try and put Hunter behind him, which is not looking good for Hunter Carlson here, as he's holding the point standings right now in the Truck Series, and he's looking to make it up front there and be able to get at least 5 spots ahead of Paul Dillon. As we see Paul Dillon here in the 113 truck, looking like he's just coming out of pit road, so he made another pit stop, try and freshen up, get some more fuel, as these guys, as I have said earlier here in the race, they're looking at about a 26 lap pit window on fuel. So these guys having to make some extra pit stops tonight. I know the concrete here on the track is kind of tearing up the right side tires, so not too thrilling for everybody. They got to conserve a lot more. They got to drive a little smarter, back it down. And, you know, these guys are going to have to really put it on when we get to that time to dig point.
Yeah, just remember that Dillon, he's on the earlier pit strategy. He was the first car to pit on the very first pit stop of the race. So he is a few laps ahead on pit stops, but just I have a feeling that he might not make it. I mean, 30 to go. You said there's a 26 lap window. I'm getting concerned that he might not make it to the end of the race where he's at now. I know he did stretch his last fuel quite far. I think he did make it to around 30 with his. I don't know. It's gonna be very close with a 113 at Dillon. He's definitely playing the risky game to try and get within those 5 spots at Carlson. As we see the 81 of Pat Kill go down pit road along with the 15 car. They'll both go down pit road. So this is definitely going to be interesting. I'm going to keep an eye on that 113 at Dillon.
Yeah, I will say the 113 at Dillon has been putting on an absolute show. He's been putting it down here, I believe, as far as I know, and I'm correct, I believe, he has led the most laps here tonight with 29 laps to go. We're going to come down to 28 laps to go at the line here as he comes out of turn 4. These guys are definitely changing it up, putting some laps down, leading some laps. But I would say don't count out that 113. Don't count out the 33 of Cansdale. Don't count out the 32 of Carlson. You know, you got Healy up there in the lead right now in the 79 truck. He's definitely putting it down. We got Bobby Hall Jr., your pole winner to start the race out on the grid tonight. He's up in second place. These guys are just mixing it up, changing it up. You know, and like I said, I go back to the statement that I cannot call this race here tonight. As you see, we got Hall, we got Cansdale, we got Carlson coming down pit road, maybe changing up their strategy compared to these other guys that have already made their pit stop. So I think they're hoping to make it to the end of the race where maybe these other guys won't get to the end of the race.
Yes, as I'm just, again, looking at timing and scoring, as it looks like Dillon had unlapped himself under green, did not need the yellow, or did not need the caution to do it. I'm thinking he's going to have the lead back when after this is all over, and he's going to have a monster lead. As you can see, he just jumped right to second. This is going to be good for the 113 at Dillon once Healy brings it down pit road. So definitely going to be something to keep an eye out, not only for fuel. As you can see, Healy down pit road, he's going to have a huge lead in that 113. So just keep note of not only the fuel, but this lead that he's about to have as he's coming around out of corner number 4 to come take the lead from Healy. This is gonna be something. I can't wait to watch this.
Yeah, as I'm taking a look here, Kyle, we got a bunch of people in our YouTube stream here. We got 11 viewers. So happy to see the number up there. Definitely looking good. We really appreciate everybody at home. I do want to shout out for everybody at home. FourWide Motorsports is on all social platforms. We have Facebook, we have Instagram, we have TikTok, we have X. We also, as I'm taking a look at the comments, we have the league owner here, Wayne Cannon, is in the chat. Welcome in, Wayne. Thank you for joining, of course. We love you being here. We love you putting on the show. So everybody give thanks, a big thanks to Wayne Cannon here, as he says, have these guys been caution free? Yes, Cannon, these guys have taken the green flag and they have gone green flag so far all night. Not one yellow flag has come out. So such an awesome show here for these guys tonight for the FWM Kentucky 110.
We shouldn't have said anything. We might have just jinxed the field. It's been on my mind for a while that we've been green the entire race, but we might have just jinxed the entire field, and which would not be good, because with this green flag, long of a green flag run, you jinx the field, especially with how this has been. You already know if they do wreck, it's going to be something big, which is what we do not want. We want all cars to finish and bring their car home in one piece. But we might have just jinxed the field. As we can see, there's heavy traffic right here on your screen in front of Healy as he's trying to get around some of these lap cars. The 94 trying to get around the 7. As Healy's just kind of waiting for these two to make their own decisions and not force the issue. Still 23 laps remaining as Pack is closing the door to Dylan. It was 8 seconds a few laps ago. It's down to 6.2. So definitely something to keep an eye out between Pack and Dylan. As the lap's winding down, this is not what Carlson wants, with Dylan leading and him in P6.
Yeah, I know Hunter was looking to finish at least 5 positions ahead of Paul Dillon, so that way he can still clinch that championship lead and stay in the point standings here with the Kentucky Speedway. You know, he's definitely trying to do what he can. I don't know. I'm gonna say he's probably just hanging back a little bit, sitting back there in 6th. He might end up coming to put the pedal down and make some moves, but I just don't know if it's going to be enough. With only having 21 laps to go here in this race, I don't know if it's going to be enough time. Looking at the timer, saying that Carlson is almost 9.5 seconds behind Paul Dillon. So not looking for a good run here for Hunter Carlson tonight. With that being said, we're going to end up coming to 20 laps to go. We'll take a quick short break and we will be back with you guys in a quick second. Welcome back, everybody, as we are 11 laps to go here for the FourWide Motorsports Craftsman Truck Series here, as we see your recent leader, the 113 of Paul Dillon, coming in to make a late race pit stop, getting that splash of fuel and go. Not looking good as he was leading the most laps here tonight, as it puts the number 79 of Alex Healy on your pole, Bobby Hall Jr. in second, Austin Lucky Cansdale in third. We got Austin Pac-Man Pack in fourth, and Hunter Carlson in your top five. With that being said, look at that. Hunter Carlson up to fifth. He's going to make some moves here as he's going to try and make it up front. Maybe looking good for his pit strategy here tonight, as he wanted to finish at least 5 positions in front of Paul Dillon so he can still clinch that championship here for the Craftsman Truck Series. So it's looking even better with the pit strategy that Paul Dillon took, and he has taken here tonight, changing things up and making him get a better position up front here.
I need to stop making early race picks. I've done this twice now, and both times, every time I pick the car, they end up getting screwed later in the race. I picked Rothery last week for the ARCA series. He ended up getting wrecked. I picked Dillon, and he's out of gas. I need to stop picking cars.
Well, I will say, Kyle, it's one thing. We have a broadcaster curse, and I believe it happens everywhere with broadcasting. You start talking about someone saying they're doing a great job, and then all of a sudden you just see their car, their truck, whichever series they're running, end up getting either turned around, put up in the wall, or something just happens that ruins their night. So I don't like making the calls. I do make them every now and then, but hey, you know, I will say I made the call earlier. This ain't one to really call here. As we've seen, you made a call on the 113 of Paul Dillon here, and his pit strategy has set him back to 8th place right now, as he has led the most laps here tonight. And we got your current leader with 7 laps to go. We got Alex Healy up here on your leader, and we got Bobby Hall Jr. in second in the 94 truck, Austin Cansdale. Hunter Carlson is up to 4th. So it's looking pretty good for him for these point standings. As we just seen there, we had Stephen Luttrell, the 36 truck here, joining us tonight. We always love seeing Stephen run here. I know he's had some very unfortunate events here, and he's just looking to get back to that winner's circle once again. He's been hungry for it. He's been trying, getting caught up in some wrecks, and I mean, tonight here, not looking too bad.
Yeah, as I'm, again, me looking at timing and scoring, and Carlson, between Dillon and Carlson, it's 4. He needs 1 more, and he has it. So I'm getting nervous, because if Dillon can get 1 more, I mean, he's got 2 cars ahead of him that I think he can catch and get by, and Cansdale would have to go catch Healy to go win for it to happen. So I don't know. This is gonna be something that we watch out for. This is gonna be very interesting. With 5 to go, they'll be coming to 4 to go this time by. So this is gonna be very, very interesting as we continue to wind down laps.
Yeah, I will say, Kyle, I'm actually taking a look here as we saw Stephen Luttrell, the 36 truck here. It's looking like he had missed a bunch of laps in the beginning of the race here. So he had a late start, just coming in, as he is running 21st place here. I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but hey, he's here. He's going to finish out this race, as we are going to come to 3 laps to go with Alex Healy in the lead, Bobby Hall Jr. in second, Austin Cansdale in third. Hunter Carlson is going to look to make that pass on Cansdale here. He needs that position, and he's got to make up more, as it looks like Paul Dillon of the 113 is making some moves here, trying to make his way back up to the front of this pack here.
Yeah, as you look just up the road, that's P6 of Tressler just up the road in the 69 car. So he might be doing himself a favor. Carlson can't get by Cansdale, can't catch him, as Dillon is just looking to close the gap and be only 2 spots behind. Of course, Carlson will still extend his point lead, but he will not clinch it. So that's what he wanted to do. Carlson wanted to clinch it, not worry about next week. But he's gonna have to with how this is shaping up. So this is gonna be nerve-wracking as we got a truck slow at the top.
Yeah, we got the number 20 here of Greenier taking it slow around the top, letting the leaders by. I do want to take a look at our 8th place sitter right now, the 86 of our buddy here, Chris Golden, making a good run here, as I know he wasn't feeling too confident in practice. He wasn't looking and feeling too good as we see him come down pit road, but he just went a lap down here, but up to 8th place, looking real good for him tonight as we come to your final lap here. The white flag is out, 1 to go, sponsored by FourWide Motorsports. Your leader coming out of turn 2, entering the backstretch. Alex Healy in the 79 car is coming up on the 113 of Paul Dillon. He's going to put him a lap down, maybe by the time they get to the line, maybe not. But as we take a look, Healy is coming out of turn 4. He's coming back down to the straightaway. He is going to take the checkered flag here for the FWM Kentucky 110. Your winner, Alex Healy.
Second will go to Hall. Third, Cansdale. Fourth, Carlson. Fifth, I believe, is Pack in the 81. Sixth, is it Tressler or Dillon? I believe it'll be. I believe Tressler has. Was that Pack out of? Wait, was that Pack out of gas in the front straightaway? Was that what I was just witnessing, or am I imagining? I think he's out of gas in the front straightaway.
Yeah, Austin Pac-Man Pack has ran out of fuel here. Very unfortunate, falling back there a little bit as he finishes 7th here tonight. But I'm sure we're gonna take a look back to your winner here, Alex Healy. He's gonna give us a smoke show, maybe, as Tracy always loves to see. Loves to put it on broadcast here. And there you go. Your winner, the number 79, Alex Healy, with the FourWide Motorsports Craftsman Truck Series. Please, everybody, stick around, hang out. We are going to be right back with you after a short break with your post-race interviews. Welcome back to FourWide Motorsports Craftsman Truck Series here on this fine, wonderful Monday night. We are coming back to you with our post-race results here. As you see, we have our winner in the 79 of Alex Healy, which started third place today. So a good run for him, starting up front and finishing, taking that checkered flag. Second place, we have Bobby Hall Jr. in the 94. Third place, 33 car or truck of Austin Cansdale. Fourth place, the 32 of Hunter Carlson. Fifth place, the 69 of Joshua Tressler. Sixth place, the 113 of Paul Dillon. Seventh place, the 81 of Austin Pac-Man Pack. 8th place, we have the 7 of Wes Weigand. And 9th place, the 08 of Daniel Worthington. And we have 10th place in your top 10, the 17 truck, Daniel Mindfu Jones.
11th was the 58 of Dallas Sunderman. Then it was a 16 of Harold Rothery in P12. P13, the 86 Chris Golden. 14th was the 99 of Ron Walters. Then it was Chris Oberg in the 77. Art Milan in the 15 will be 16th, and 17th was the 20 of Matt Grenier. 18th was the 12 for Yogi Tressler. 19th was the 01 for I can't.
It was
quite
Cody
remember.
Deemer.
Thank you. I had it written down. I couldn't quite remember. Missed it. And then 20th was the 41 for Terry Duguay.
And rounding out your field in 21st, we had the 36 of Stephen Luttrell. With that being said, that was your finishing results here for the Kentucky Speedway FWM Kentucky 110. I'm going to send the mic over down to pit road with one of our very own. We missed you. I know you're behind the wheel tonight, but I'm going to drop you the mic. Charles Oberg, take it away with our 3rd place finisher.
Well, thank you, Colton. Appreciate that. And shout out to everybody that was watching me. 2 lucky ladies at home sitting on the couch watching the show. So shout out to them real quick. But the main focus here is that 33 machine, Eastern Technical Design sponsored machine of Austin Cansdale, who finishes 3rd. Austin, how was that race for you, man? Because I know for me it was tough.
It was a pretty good race there. We double stinted that first run there, so we had to stay out on old tires for the first 50 something laps, and came in and got fresh tires there. And we was really strong there, but we was trying to save the tires, save some fuel to make it to the run into the stint there, have enough fuel to push through the last stint. And we pitted. I don't know. I think slid through the box. We lost a little bit of time there coming to the last one, and Bobby Hall and Alex they just pulled away from me and Hunter. Me and Hunter we was banking on them running out of fuel, but at the very last second they somehow stretched it, even though they were pushing so hard. But yeah, all in all, it was a pretty good race. No cautions. That's the most exciting thing.
Absolutely. No caution race is a good race. But was there anything you thought you could have done different? Anything you want to take back in that race you could do next time?
Push a little harder in that last stint there. I was a little too conservative there in that last stint and let Hall and Alex get ahead of me way too far, and just could have pushed a little harder. Otherwise I think we executed today pretty perfectly.
Excellent, man. Well, I'll hand you over the microphone for your turn to thank all your sponsors and everybody that helped you through the race.
I want to thank Eastern Technical Design for being on the hood of the car. I mean, boss man Tracy always says he brings a curse to me and Hunter, but I mean, like I just told him right after I got out of the truck that every time he's on my hood, I finish top 5. So I think that's a win in my book. But I'm just happy he's on the car sponsoring me. I want to thank FWM Network for sponsoring and producing everything. Tracy, I want to thank Tracy for producing everything he does, all what y'all do, broadcasting all this stuff. Thank my fiance, my best friends, Dylan, Taylor, Eric, Grace, all my supporters. They watch day in and day out, and can't be more thankful.
Well, absolutely. Great job on the 3rd place. And I'm going to send it back up to my buddy Colton. Colton, what do we got next, buddy?
We're down here on pit road. I'm going to send the microphone back down to one of our broadcasters, announcers here, the color announcer tonight of Kyle. What do we got here for 2nd place?
Thank you, Colton. Down here in the 2nd spot, Bobby Hall Jr. finishes 2nd here tonight. Bobby, you had what appeared to be a great strategy. Brought you home in the 2nd spot. It looked like you might have led a few laps. How did strategy help you the most to finish such good tonight?
Well, the track definitely threw us a curveball because me and the team didn't realize it was the Kentucky Legacy track, and most of us had to buy it because we didn't have it. So not much track time out here, and one of our teammates did some tire strategy, fuel strategy, just so we can gauge, how hard we can push and whatnot. And with the track temps getting cooler, the laps were getting faster, but it was all about consistency, saving the right front, and of course trying to stretch the fuel as far as you could. That was probably the biggest key to this race. A lot of guys did a good job stretching. A couple guys couldn't quite make it, and it was a good race. No cautions, a lot of passing. That was fun.
Well, you mentioned not much time practicing, and you're still finishing P2 tonight with little to no practice. I'm not quite sure what you and the team have done, but you said you guys had the guy kind of as a sacrifice to letting you guys know, hey, what works and what doesn't work. So that definitely was a huge part from him and your entire team. Anyone you'd like to thank down here tonight on this fabulous finish?
Of course, first of all, I'd like to congrats my teammate Alex for winning. The Team Fleck boys that come in tonight, Alex, me, Wes, Dan, Matt, without us having fun, this was all about. I'm glad that we found this league. Kind of sucks that we joined in, kind of halfway through the season. I think we would have had some good stats, going to points racing. Of course, the broadcast guys, putting on a hell of a show. Everybody likes it that I've been showing. Who knows? We might get some more people in here, try it out, and fans in the stands. Without them, none of this is possible.
Congratulations, Bobby, on you and your team's great finishes tonight. We're going to send it over to Colton Brenner to have a word with your winner tonight.
Yeah, standing down here in victory lane, I will say what a race tonight, guys. We went green flag, caution free, the whole race, 110 laps here at Kentucky Speedway. Here's your winner, Alex Healy, for the Craftsman Truck Series Monday night with FourWide Motorsports. Alex, take us back through your race. As I'll tell you what, we had a couple lead changes, different pit strategies. I'll tell you what, it was quite a show for us here in the booth. And you made it up there a couple times to lead some laps, and I see you just had what it takes to take away the first position. So take us back through your race and your thoughts.
Yeah, Colton, first off, glad to be back here. I enjoyed talking to you guys so much last week. I figured I'd come back. The biggest thing for me, right from the outset, I didn't think this was a race where just raw speed was going to get the job done. I think on a short run, Bobby was definitely faster than me, and a couple other guys. I know Hunter was fast. Austin was super fast. But I wasn't super focused on that from the beginning. I was really worried about the first pit cycle. I knew we weren't going to take tires. Like Bobby said, we had the hour of practice. I bought the track right before I popped in here. But my big focus was really stretching those first two stints on that single set of tires. So looking back at it, I was able to get to lap 28 on the first stint. Obviously, you come out there on pretty crappy tires anyways. So, the pace has fallen off, which kind of worked out great for me, allowed me to extend the next run even more. I was able to pit on lap 57 coming to 58, and that allowed me to just run it wide open from there on out and not have to worry about fuel. I think when I took the checkered flag, I still had 2.5, 3 laps worth of fuel, something like that. So I spent more time doing math than figuring out how to go fast tonight. And I knew if I could hit my window, we'd be looking pretty good. And I was watching the leaders kind of peel off what I thought was way too early, unless there was a caution or something that really threw a wrench in all my plans. But when I was seeing guys pit at 24, 25 laps in a cycle, I was feeling pretty confident at that point.
Yeah, I will say it was definitely a great race here, and I'll tell you what, Austin Pack jumping out to a huge lead there in the beginning of the race. I'm not sure if you knew about that. How did that make you feel sitting where you were sitting when Austin kind of just put a gap in between everybody behind him?
Yeah, at that point, like I said, he was one of the guys that definitely probably had the edge on me on short and probably long-term speed too. Once I think I was running fourth for kind of the majority of that first run, and I was really just taking my time, trying not to abuse the tires. I didn't slide the tires one time tonight, and I was able to get into the draft a little bit. I was able to run around kind of 75% throttle a lot on the straightaways, and that ended up buying me what I think is a lap or two, which is what ultimately made the difference. But yeah, watching Austin get out there, it is hard to kind of pull back on the reins. Obviously on the racetrack you want to go chase guys down, but I tried to keep the eyes on the bigger picture, and I think he was one of the few guys that was coming down pit road something like lap 25, 26, something like that. And when I saw that, I knew that if that repeated over the next couple runs, he was going to end up in a suboptimal fuel situation at the end. So I just had to kind of take my time and trust in the math and hope that these guys weren't able to save in a way that I wasn't able to account for, and it all ended up working out for me.
Well, I do want to say congratulations on your first place win here tonight with FWM. It's nice to have you back. We love seeing everybody here. You got anybody to thank out there?
Absolutely. I know my wife's out there on the couch watching. She already came in here and congratulated me. So shout out Jessica, my biggest fan. She watches every race. And shout out to you guys in particular. She's had to watch me in a bunch of different leagues over the years, and there's been some that have not had a real good broadcasts that we've endured, but she loves watching you guys. Y'all do a hell of a job putting this on. The quality is great. The commentary is great. The interview setup, everything is just top notch compared to a lot of leagues that I've been in. Obviously, shout out to all the Flex Motorsports guys, Bobby, which I did for you guys. Wes, his last name is pronounced Wigand. He won't fault you for getting it wrong. I called him Wes Wigand for a long time too. So no big deal there. But also Dan Worthington, Matt Grenier, the whole gang. It's always fun racing with these guys. We've been at it for 4, maybe 5 years now. I joined a league that they were in, and I was running by myself, and they ended up pulling me in and letting me run with them, and we've all become good friends over the years. And it's like Bobby said, if you're not having fun, what's the point? And racing with these guys is always a blast, which I can say the same for the whole league. Like I said, we've been around a few different places and seen the good and bad of the league racing stuff, and it just seems like an awesome group here from top to bottom. Hunter, at the reins, and all the drivers are very respectful on track. Nobody's flying off the handle all the time. I know me and Hunter had a little dust up last week, and we hugged it out virtually. I'll say we exchanged a couple messages, and we kicked that ice cube, and it's just water under the fridge now.
Well, that's always good to hear. We always love to hear that. We don't like seeing all the tension here, which we really do see. So with that being said, I mean, we thank you for that. And, we thank you for your kind words here for FourWide Motorsports and the broadcast also. We all really appreciate the kind words. But here we are. You're standing in victory lane. I want to send you another great congratulations. Your winner here for the Craftsman Truck Series, Alex Healy out of Bowling Green, Kentucky with Flex Motorsports. Your winner of the FWM Kentucky 110, Alex Healy in the 79 truck. And next up, we will, I do want to do something here. Hunter, do you got a copy on us here?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay, with that being said, we did have you coming into this race here as the point standings pole sitter. I'm not sure how tonight's race changed things up. I know we had a different bunch of scenarios here between you and Paul Dillon. I'm sure you're probably working on everything. Did you get the points all squared away from tonight yet?
I did, and we came out dead even. So it's the same going into Bristol.
Oh, wow. Okay. So
99 points.
So we still got the the 99-point separation here between Hunter Carlson still in the lead and Paul Dillon still sitting in second. So just take us through that race real quick of, how you felt with leading the point series here.
Yeah, that was the main thing on my radar tonight, and just try to get up as far as I can. Try to run the strategy best I can, and hope something. Whether I would be a little faster than I thought I would be, I didn't quite have the speed tonight. Then hope something would happen to Paul, and in the end, he did run out of fuel, but we had enough cars to lap down already to the point where it didn't hurt him nearly as much as I thought it would. But I was letting people go if I had to, if they're faster. I wasn't going to fight them tonight. Just try to get the best finish I can. Try not to get any incident points there. Try not to stay out of trouble, and hope the thing would go caution free, because I felt like I had a pretty good strategy there. I just didn't have the speed at the end to get past Cansdale for third.
Yeah, Hunter, I did notice we were paying attention in the booth here. You were kind of running up front, and then you started falling back. We didn't know if you were conserving your equipment and then trying to make a late race run for the front of the pack. But I'll tell you what, you made it back up front there with all the pit strategies and everything. So I do want to congratulate you on a great job tonight. I mean, you ran a good race. These guys all here ran one good race, caution free here. I know we love to see that coming off of some caution after caution breeding races. Everybody cleaned it up here. They gave each other respect, and wow, I'm proud of these guys putting on a show. You yourself and everybody else here in the trucks. But congratulations on that fourth place finish. With that being said, as you can see on Hunter Carlson's hood here, with the Greg Biffle throwback, we have the Eastern Technical Designs as our sponsor shout out tonight. So don't forget, everybody, if you're out there in the eastern region of North Carolina, look into Eastern Technical Design for any drafting needs you may need. I'm sure our very own producer here, Tracy Brown, would be more than happy to work with you on whatever you would need. I know we also have our race sponsors here for FWM. We'll get our flyer put up on the screen here for everybody at home. We'll go through that one more time. Please, everybody, don't forget we are on all social media platforms. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and we do have X also. But we do have race sponsors. If anybody's interested out there, you're looking in that you like the league, you like what's going on here, you like what you see. We do have different packages for race sponsorships for the league here on Monday nights and Friday nights of iRacing. They are broadcasted live. You can get different packages such as the race name sponsor, the pole award, the green flag, caution flag, white flag, and checkered flag. And you can also take over the full race sponsorship for $45. You get everything posted above on this flyer, plus a post-race interview that you yourself get to come in here and speak on the live broadcast about your sponsorship. So if you're willing to help out FourWide Motorsports here, feel free to reach out to any of the admins or the league owner, Wayne Cannon. We will surely get you the help you need to get in here and get your sponsorship set up here with FourWide Motorsports. Also, if you're a driver out there looking to race with FourWide Motorsports, we are always looking for drivers. They are always broadcasted on YouTube for iRacing. We do also have NASCAR 25 on the PS5. iRacing is for the PC. We do accept drivers of all skill level. We just ask that you please be clean, respectful, and just have fun here with FourWide Motorsports, which I'm sure if you take a look at all these post-race interviews we get a lot of guys that are just having some absolute fun here and just having some clean, respectful racing with FourWide Motorsports. Before I sign us out, Kyle, I'll tell you what, these guys had a wonderful race tonight, caution-free. Do you have any last words before I sign us out?
No, just awesome racing all around the Speedway tonight. I know for a fact that everybody watching at home definitely got a show tonight. Just a bunch of lead changes. I mean, you had some guys dominating parts of the race and then just couldn't put it all together. That happened to Pack as he ran out of fuel coming across the line. Dylan, as he dominated most of the race and just couldn't put it all together. But a lot of guys, just a lot of guys not being able to either get the runs they wanted. I know a few guys wanted better runs, like the 32 car. He wanted to not worry about next week, but he's gonna have to now. So that's gonna be something to play out for next week. Just gonna be very entertaining next week, and even tonight was just something I had never seen. Green to checkered for 110 laps, especially in the truck series with how snappy these rear ends are, and not much weight in the rear end. So just very impressive all around to all these drivers. So congratulations to all of them. Congratulations to our winner tonight. That's pretty much everything I've got to say.
Well, Kyle, I want to thank you myself for jumping in here. I know you're just starting the beginning of your broadcasting days with announcing. So I want to thank you for jumping up here. I had fun. It was great. So thank you again. I also want to give a shout out here to our wonderful one of the very own Tracy Brown here for our producer to make everything look good, make us sound good here on the broadcast. Tracy, we thank you for everything you do. You work so hard. We really appreciate it. We also had our pit reporter of Charles Chooch Oberg. I want to thank you for coming in and snagging an interview here. We love having you side by side with us. You do a great job. I always have fun when we announce together. So thank you for stopping in. I also want to personally thank Wayne Cannon and the admins, such as Hunter Carlson. I know Stephen Luttrell. I'm an admin myself. I want to thank you guys personally for doing all the work you guys do behind the scenes here with FourWide Motorsports. Also give a shout out to our sponsors here. We got the Crowfoot Hat Company, Crowfoot Wrapped, Eastern Technical Design. We have the Grease Monkey Racing League and Grease Monkey Designs, FourWide Motorsports Network. I know we have Golden Racing from Chris Golden. We have Dubby that sponsored FourWide Motorsports. Also, if you go to their website, you can put in that code and it will give you a discount. And there we see we got Crowfoot Wraps. And don't forget our social media pages. We really appreciate everybody coming out, tuning in, watching us, and supporting every driver and everybody in here with FourWide Motorsports. Take a look at our schedule there. Next Monday, we will be back with the late model tour at Kern Raceway. Friday night, we also have the ARCA series at IRP this week. So tune in to those. And with that being said, I want to thank you all for coming out, tuning in, watching us, and supporting us. With that, everyone have a great night, and we will see you Friday on the ARCA series.